Hey everybody, it's Kent here from Plugins 4D. Today I'm going to take you through the new additions to Jet Fluids 0.05. I'm going to bring up the Plugins 4D menu here. Under Jet Fluids, there's a new entry called New Test Scene. And that just actually creates a scene with a sphere in it. And you'll notice here that now the box is centered in the origin of the world. And I put a little sphere in there just so you can actually just go to the cache tab, start caching, and you can just see something actually happening. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make this box just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go to the Object tab. I'm going to make it just a little bit, no, not taller. I want to make it a little bit wider that way. And I'm going to put 3 spheres into this scene. And I'm going to have them all as independent emitters. So one of the additions to this build is that you can now have as many emitters as you want, and you can enable them and disable them using animation. I'm just going to show that here. I'm just going to move that one there, duplicate it, and duplicate it again. And this first one here, is going to, let's start off, that can just be animated straight away. The second one, we want to disable it at the first frame, and then we'll enable it maybe on 10. And then the last one here, we will also disable that on the first frame. And then we'll enable it maybe on frame 20. Okay, so now I also want to have a fluid at the bottom here. So I'm just going to drag a cube in and stretch that out, and just so that it gives us kind of some liquid at the bottom of the box here for it to, these spheres to splash into. So let's just create one more emitter. Jet Fluids emitter. I'm just going to put it under the scene as well. And you also need to parent it to the scene as well. And the cube can go under there. It doesn't need to go under here, but I just do it for organization purposes because you need to actually link it to the body. And this will be enabled. And these are all one shots. I've got these all set to one shot. So if you wanted to, you could turn off one shot, especially for the spheres, and you could have them enabled and disabled along the timeline as whenever you want. You can just enable them, disable them, enable them, disable them, and they will just drop fluid down as they become enabled. But if you have this one shot method on, when it becomes enabled, it'll just do one burst and that's it. But anyway, we're good to go here with this one. I just want to move these spheres up just a little bit, and then I'm just going to start simulating it by clicking on the fluid, going to the cache tab. I'm just going to cache internally, and I'm just going to click start caching. You see the first fluid drops. Now I'm just going to hide these. I'm going to go through and hide these objects here. Now one side effect of this update is that you may see some flashing while it's doing its playback. But you don't have to worry, because once you stop it, the playback will be smooth. It's just during this playback. So it just drops 3 spheres down into this water here. And I'm just going to stop that there. And then we'll just rewind that, and we can just play it. So you can see the first sphere drops in, drops in, drops in. Now the only other thing that's really been added to this, well, we've updated it to use the very latest Jet framework. So that included this ability to enable these emitters. And one other small change to this is that I've changed the way, I'm just going to clear this, and go to display, change to volume. I've changed the way the volumes generate their OpenVDB meshes. So now I'll see that where there's no fluid, it's going to be black, which is what it's meant to be, and where there is fluid, it's going to be white. And so if you want to see these, again, you need to just put it underneath a mesher. So I'm just going to stop that. And I'm going to come up, grab my mesher, and put that underneath my volume mesher. And I mean, you can put that back under there for organization. And if we go back, you'll see the fluids there. So this is being OpenVDB volumes, and you just need to put it straight under the mesher, and it's using the right value now. Before it was flipped, it was negated, so you would have had to move up to here. But now you can just move down this bottom part here if you want to adjust it. So apart from that, you can still move these as they're emitting. You can animate those. And we fixed up some time frame issues with a few other little things. But anyway, that's the update there. Have fun with that, and let me know if you have any feature requests or if you have any issues. Cheers.